Okay, so John and James, if you like to join here. So let me briefly introduce John Cheung. He's the regional president of Greater China Region, Wyeth Nutrition. He joined the Wyeth Nutrition business in China in 2005. He has a long career in China and a long career in fast-moving consumer goods. He was in P&G, and lately he was vice president for marketing and innovation for Coca-Cola. And James also joined us in 2006 in Taiwan, where he was already appointed country business manager of Nestlé Nutrition. He has a long history in the pharmaceutical and the nutritional industry, working for Mead Johnson, and he also holds a degree in science, and he is now the head of our regional business of Nestlé Nutrition in Greater China, based in Beijing. So, John.
Thank you, Louis. 大家早上好. That's good morning in Chinese. In the next half hour, I and James will share with you some facts about the infant nutrition categories, as well as the latest development of our business in the market. The infant nutrition and grow-up meal markets in China has been growing very rapidly over the past decade. Between 2008 and 2013, the CAGR growth rate is 12%. And this year, the market size is estimated at 9.9 billion Swiss franc. The key growth driver behind this rapid growth are, number one, the very sizable newborn population in China every year, estimated between 15 to 17 million. Also important is the one-child policy and the related willingness and eagerness for every family to spend on the only kid in the family. Rapid urbanization and also premiumization in the category are important factors, which I will share a little bit more information with you immediately. The infant formula market in Hong Kong has also been doing very well, primarily thanks to the increasing volume of the mainland Chinese tourists and mainland Chinese shoppers to the Hong Kong market. Between 2008 and 2012, the urbanized population in China has increased from 46% to 52%. We are expecting this trend will only continue given the new socio-economic policy already shared by the government. Alongside with this rapid urbanization is the rapid growth in disposable income, both for family as well as for individuals. Both of these two factors are important in growing the categories in the future. Let's have a closer look into the Chinese market. Here I want to share with you a view of the city structure across the country. According to information from the National Statistics Bureau and also Nielsen Retail Order Service, the cities in China can largely group under 5 different tiers. The top of the ladder, the key city, make up of familiar names like Beijing, Shanghai. The A cities are primarily the provincial capitals. One tier down is the B cities, which are very important, not just because of the large number of size in this tier, 282 altogether. But also in many occasions, cities in this tier have very big population size, and in some occasions are up to 3 million or 4 million. For the time being, nutrition business of Nestlé primarily source the growth from this higher tier of cities. Having said that, the lower tier cities like C, D, and town have another potential to grow. As of now, these lower tier cities and townships made up a little bit more than half of the urban population in China, and they contribute about 1/3 of the value of the infant formula category. These cities are poised to grow faster economically, and we do see a lot of room for growth of this category across different parts of China, especially in these lower tier cities. Premium and super premium have been the two fastest growing segments in the category. Premium actually has been growing at 18% compound over the last 5 years and already make up 70% of the total category value. Super premium off from a much smaller base, but almost doubled its size every year in the last 5 years. And as of 2013, super premium and premium together make up at 88% of the total category. We are seeing, going in the future, these two segments will remain very important in the years to come. One very important driver of this premiumization trend is the unique attitudes or psychology of the Chinese mom. Generally speaking, Chinese moms are more cautious and in a way actually feeling a bit insecure in what nutrition, what food, or what brand of nutrition they're feeding their babies. Well, first, most of the moms in China are first-time moms without much experience because of the one-child policy. Also, the series of food safety issues in the recent past really didn't help and make families, most of them, to be very selective in terms of what food, what nutrition, and what nutrition brand they give to the babies. The high penetration rate among the new generation of parents and mom make information search very convenient. Net, a typical Chinese family or Chinese mom is relatively involved in the brand choice of infant formula or grow-up milk, and they tend to prefer to the quality products, quality brands with good quality reputation in the history. Talk about quality. Just this past May, the Chinese State Council have issued a set of new directives aiming at raising the quality and safety standard of the entire infant formula industry. These new directives are of very broad scope and have very far-reaching impacts. It includes milk source control, manufacturing standard requirement, import registration, channel distribution requirement, as well as the government intention to encourage a consolidation within the industry. Various government departments are still reviewing these new policies, and for the time being, we don't have all the details. And we expect in the next few months, this new policy will be published with the necessary details, and then we will commit to comply to all these new requirements. Generally speaking, we see these changes, these upcoming changes are positive for the industry and for the category, as they will help reinstall the consumer confidence. Over time, we expect many smaller or weaker players will likely be eliminated or be merged into the bigger companies. And the stronger companies, the stronger players will remain in the market and likely to gain share. We are confident that the Wyeth nutrition business and also Nestlé Nutrition are well positioned to capture market opportunities. Well, first, both businesses operate with very strict compliance standards and also have strong commitment to adhering to the WHO marketing code and also food safety for good requirements. Between the two businesses, we together offer one of the most comprehensive portfolio offerings in the marketplace. With strong brand image anchoring on advanced science and quality, and both businesses have built strong share position, especially in the urban markets. Let me share a bit more details here. On the compliance front, worth to note, Nestlé is the company to implement the WHO code globally back in 1982, the first company. And Wyeth, before becoming part of the Nestlé family, have a good history of WHO code compliance. In the near future, Wyeth will also be adopting the company's policy over the FTSE for Good standards. We have been, in China, supporting the promotion of breastfeeding with various cooperation programs with the Ministry of Health, as Heiko mentioned earlier, and also with various local health departments. Important to stress, in both businesses, we have dedicated resources to provide necessary training to the organization and also to provide ongoing monitoring on the daily activities we are conducting to ensure we are up to standard all the time. This chart gives you a view of the comprehensive product portfolio we offer between the two businesses in China. For maternal, not just we have the formula powder milk, also we have supplements. We have multivitamin pills, brand under Materna, that Louis talked about earlier. And also we have recently launched a DHA supplement capsule for expecting mom as well as lactating mom for their breastfeeding needs. On the infant formula and grow-up milk categories, we have very rich portfolio cutting across different price range, starting from upper mid-tier to premium all the way to super premium. And importantly, this portfolio helps us to provide product to consumer covering the most important consumer needs as identified in the Greater China market. Also, we have a series of infant cereal products at different price range. Both Wyeth Nutrition and Nestlé Nutrition have been gaining share steadily over time. Wyeth Nutrition, as of 2003, July year to date, the share we are at is at 11.5%, and Nestlé is at 7%. I want to spend some time on the next few charts to share with you some more specifics, particularly on the Wyeth operation in China. Wyeth entered the China market in 1986, and since then very much we have devoted our effort in the premium segment operation. S26 has been in the market for more than 25 years. It's really the flagship of our business. Its range covers 4 stages of infant formula and grow-up milk, also a series of special formulation for babies or young kids with particular medical conditions, and also we have a range of maternal nutrition products. Illuma, launched in 2011, has been doing very well since then. For a long period of time, the Wyeth brands have been able to manage to sustain a high double-digit growth, basically twice the rate of the market growth, as you can see on this chart. A key driver behind the strong growth over the years is the strong branding we built. S26 Go, for a long time, has been well known in the market for its support to brains and eyes development and the related learning benefit proposition. Illuma, though relatively new in the market, but has been able to build up a good reputation in the gut health platform. The strong brand imageries were built on our effective marketing model, which very much starts from or anchor on a frequent innovation programs. Over time, we have established numerous cooperation platforms with the Ministry of Health and also with various local health departments. On consumer marketing, either we talk about communication or consumer promotion activities. Those marketing programs are very much driven by local consumer and healthcare professional insight. The strategies are very much global, but the marketing programs and marketing tools are developed very much locally to ensure local relevance and effectiveness. Also worth to highlight is we have very strong capabilities in our CRM or call center, allowing Wyeth to provide very good service to parents. Either they have questions on our products or they have questions on general nutrition support for the kids. Quality is really the backbone of our brands or our business, as quite a few speakers already touched on. As on this chart, you can see consumer has rated us very highly in the quality perception area. This is made possible only to the very strict manufacturing standards and also the comprehensive quality management system we have been practicing all over our history, which in many ways have been influenced or inspired by our heritage in the pharmaceutical operations. Last but not the least, a very important growth driver for Wyeth Nutrition business is the disciplined geographic expansion program, which we have implemented over the last few years. As on this chart, you can see between 2005 and 2013, the number of cities coverage have increased from 45 to more than 300. And the number of outlet coverage along the same period have increased from around 5,000 to more than 30,000. All this expansion have been done in very strict operational and financial discipline to ensure we have sustainable growth and also profitability. The result is we managed to grow our brands, our business in the top 3 position across many important cities across China. Well, this concludes my introduction about Wyeth Nutrition in the Greater China market. Now I would like to have James here to share with you a bit more about the Nestlé Nutrition in China. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Hi, hello everyone. This is James Cheung. It's my great honor and pleasure to present you following about infant nutrition in China. 100 years history in China. Nestlé, who else? We opened the first sales office in Shanghai in 1908, and we just celebrate the 100 years birthday of Lactogen, the number 1, the first infant formula international brand introduced in China. Just right after the former China leader, Mr. Deng Xiaoping, reopened the China to the whole world. In 1990, Nestlé built the first factory in Shuangcheng. Heilongjiang is the northeast region of China with a milk district. It probably is one of the very first joint venture between China government and the multinational company. Afterward, we introduced the premium range of name brand with also expanded portfolio of baby food as a global brand. Until most recently, we introduced the NAN HA, we call it Super NAN in China, the only clinical proven infant formula can reduce allergy. According to the public health data, also our internal study, there is around 20% allergy incidence rate in China, especially like polluted in Beijing. So this is increasing need on this kind of clinical proven solution. As you know, Nestlé always focus on long-term sustainability growth and creating share value. In this year, Nestlé in China, we work very closely with the local government to create the first dairy farm institute as a training center for local farmers to upgrade their dairy practice to a modern standard. If I may quote to one of the industrial leaders, the chairman of the China Dairy Industrial Association, Mr. Song's opinion about Nestlé, to conclude this slide. His opinion on Nestlé China is, you are more like a local company. You participate China deeper, you understand better, and you contribute more. So this is a Nestlé in China. Just because we embed in China deeper, it allows us to have a better position to have a right portfolio at the right place. In the 12th five-year plan of China government, the central government pushed very hard for increased domestic household income and to be double within 5 years, which means by 2015, around 80% of middle-class Chinese family, which means annual income over 15,000 US, will come from lower tier 3 city. It's not outside the 25 top key city, as you know, like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou. This makes Nestlé have a unique advantage, not only current solid presence in the east side of China, the modern China, but also we have a better chance to win in the lower tier city. For example, like our Lactogen today is the top 3 player in mainstream segment, reaching 5 million moms in around 500 lower tier city and town. We offering world-class quality of infant formula with affordable price, proudly made in China, which also long-term history in China with a highly trusted by local mom and doctor in the emerging West region, the future growth engine of China. The next slide, as you can see, just like Wyeth Nutrition in China, the Nestlé Infant Nutrition delivered fantastic growth, 30% CAGR in the last 5 years. What contributes such amazing result? There's no magic, but basics. Point number 1, Nestlé always put quality and compliance as the top priority, the lifeline of we doing business in China, especially in China. For example, as you may know, the food safety law in China probably is the most strict law, more than any other country. One more information for your information is there is more than 100,000 the quality, the QA officer, we call AIC officer, in China all over the city to take your product on the Walmart, Carrefour to check whether you are compliant or not. That is why all the infant formula, infant nutrition we made in China, before release to the market, we need to do batch by batch. It's not a voluntary monitoring. It's a batch by batch full analysis for 70 to 80 items, nutrition items, to check whether it's compliant or not by our own more than 100 QA experts in our own in-house laboratory. Not only this, but also all the infant nutrition products on the market, on the retail shelf, carry the unique QR code for each selling unit. This QR code, just like everybody in this room, have your own passport number. Why we do that? Then we will have a full traceability of the whole value chain. Then it also ensure the consumer confidence on food safety as well as the future regulatory requirement. And point number 2, what contributes this growth is we leverage Nestlé global R&D capability with a local insight and learning. And there is 4 R&D centers located and dedicated in China out of 28 around the world. Work very close with the local university and the medical center for local insight and solution. I will touch this point in more detail in following slide. The point number 3 is a brilliant at basics. Nestlé, with an early mover advantage with a 100-year history in China, and we, together with our multiple portfolio of a total F&B category, it allowed Nestlé to distribute and cover more in China. Currently, we cover and distribute more than 1,000 cities in China with more than 300,000 outlets. And with this size and scale of China, we need to have a right speed of the operational excellency. However, there is no speed without system to monitoring and supported by modern technology. For example, currently, all Nestlé sales force, 4,000 sales force in China, all equipped with a mobile solution, with a GPS positioning, which allows us to check the store number they visit, the store itinerary, even the merchandising on the shelf, and also stock inventory. And this is very important for doing business in China to ensure this kind of the business operation efficiency to maximize our business potential. Last but not least, Nestlé always committed to comply law and regulation locally. In China, no exception. In fact, in China, we take a more strict standard than the local regulation. Like Heiko just mentioned in his presentation, we are voluntary restriction our infant formula marketing within 1 year old, which the China code only restrict for 6 months. Moving forward to the future, how can we sustain our current momentum for the continuity growth in the future? Please bear with me and allow me to share you the new reality in China. First of all, the China government concerned the public health issue. The 12 5-year plan for Ministry of Health, as I present here, is mostly maternal and infant nutrition related. However, there are serious manpower shortage across China healthcare system, which contribute the third point. All the doctor is a super stretch and they really demand for a real China solution for their dairy practice. To be further illustrate my point, I want to ask a question for the audience in this room. Is anybody know, if you are a Chinese pediatrician, how many patients you need to take a VCU per day? Does anybody know? I give you a precise answer. It's 70 to 80. Whoa, 70 to 80 visits per day. Maybe only 2 minutes to chat and finish. So, which means the parents need to queue up, like in Beijing Children's Hospital, the worldwide #1, the outpatient hospital in Beijing. They queue up for 5 hours only for 5 minutes consultation, mostly related to infant nutrition and feeding problems. After lots of interview with doctor by my market visit, they always told me, James, we need real China staff. I really want more nutrition education staff for my patients, but I need Chinese specific, not a clinical study from Europe or USA. As such case, it inspires, how can we really create real gaps in a big demographic like China. We believe there's no shortcut, but superior understanding for Chinese mom and baby's nutrition intake and nutrition need at the first 1,000 days of life. After our study and communication, we found there is no data available in China. The most critical life stage, the first 1,000 days. Even authority, even Ministry of Health. That's why we decided to embark the maternal infant nutrition growth study, the main study, the Chinese version of FIT study. Let me elaborate more about what is Ming. Ming in Chinese, we call 明天, is tomorrow, is the future. It's the first comprehensive dietary study from the pregnancy to lactating, across infancy to toddler at the first 1,000 days of life. We kick off this study in 2011. We conduct scientific survey and analysis and tracking 4,000 mom and baby, what they are eating, which including a deeper, full understanding of Chinese mother's milk composition and profile. We conduct this in partnership with Peking University, like Harvard in China, for strengthen our credibility. The good news is by end of this year, we will have the first top-line result. Then we must, to based on what the new knowledge we acquire from Ming, and to turn into the action. First and foremost, we will share the result with the government, with a key stakeholder in supporting for their mission of a 12-5-year plan in key public health indicators as I present in previous slide, like the malnutrition of children in West region is very serious. Just 2 weeks before, I talked to one of the Director General of the Ministry of Health, Mr. Cheung. He told me his KPI for this year in West region nutrition support is to increase the body height 1 centimeter for age 3 to 7 years old kids. This is his KPI from his boss, from State Council. So this is very important. Then we partnership with government and we share with key stakeholder, also create our credential of a Nestlé in nutrition expertise. Then after that, we need to start to kick off our parental education program to share and with moms for the first 1,000 days of life, the nutrition gaps and how to improve the health of baby under our Start Healthy and Stay Healthy platform. Last but not least is we need to translate all the main results into product portfolio innovation and renovation based on the new knowledge we learn. For example, if we know the specific nutrient gap by baby during 6 to 12 months during the weaning complementary food, then we can, based on the learning, to design the baby food, meal and drink, tailor-made for Chinese baby based on the gap we learned from Ming. So in summary, the Ming study is a strong commitment from Nestlé, not only China, from the Nestlé Center, to better and deeper understand of China nutrition status. It's an upfront 5 million Swiss franc investment to really allow Nestlé to create a real gap ahead others in China market, and to allow us to really understand better, to learn more, and to maximize our business potential in China. Finally, with my colleague Cheung rightly presented, All above is our translation for 1 + 1 = 3. John and me, we both have a complementary portfolio and different benefit platform to satisfy the different nutrition need across China, Chinese mothers' need and insight. We both share the same value and the principle, contributing a healthier and healthier generation in China at the first 1,000 days of life, which will make Nestlé being a truly leading nutrition, health, and wellness company in China. And third, we are both performance-driven, as you can see. Both growth 28 to 30% in China is double the speed, even triple for the market. We are winning team. Just like a Formula One car race, John and me are two different drivers, right? However, we are under the same team. We are the same under the Nestlé Group. We are sharing the same Nestlé global R&D technology. Internally, we also learning from each other best practice internally. But we compete in the market. We're fighting for our own best score and creating the new records in the global largest infant nutrition arena, which is China. So this is our formula, our translation, how to succeed in China, how to continuously to creating the gaps, continue to lead in China. That's all my presentation as a closing for this session. Thank you very much.